stands by you when you have nothing? Do they still matter after you have everything? In the busy streets of Lagos, where survival was a daily battle, lived a young woman named Amara. She wasn't rich, she wasn't famous. She sold thrift clothes online and sometimes helped her aunt in the market just to make ends meet. Then there was Tunde, a young man with big dreams but an empty pocket. When they met, Tunde couldn't even afford transportation most days. He lived in a tiny one-room apartment with leaking roofs and often skipped meals because he was trying to save money for his business idea. Most people laughed at him. Dreams don't pay rent, they would say. But Amara saw something different. She saw determination. Every evening after work, she would visit Tunde with homemade food. "You have to eat if you want to succeed," she'd tell him with a smile. Sometimes, she secretly paid his electricity bill without telling him. When his phone got spoiled, she used 3 months of her savings to buy him a fairly used smartphone so he could continue contacting clients. She never complained. Instead, she'd encourage him. "One day you'll make it. I believe in you even if nobody else does." Those words became Tunde's strength. Months turned into years. Together, they faced everything. They shared one umbrella in the rain. They celebrated birthdays with bread and soft drinks because that was all they could afford. There were days they had only 1,000 naira between them. Yet Amara would still smile and say, "We'll laugh about this one day." Finally, Tunde's logistics business began to grow. One customer became 10. 10 became 100. Money started flowing. He moved into a better apartment, bought his first car. People who once ignored him suddenly wanted to be his friend. Amara was genuinely happy. She told everyone, "My man is finally winning." She believed their wedding was only a matter of time. But success has a way of changing some people. One evening, Tunde received an invitation to an exclusive business networking event filled with wealthy entrepreneurs, celebrities, and influencers. As Amara happily picked out her best dress, excited to stand beside the man she had helped build, Tunde looked at her quietly, then said words that made her heart stop. "Amara, I don't think you should come with me." She laughed, thinking he was joking, but his face never changed. "What do you mean?" Tunde took a deep breath. "I'll explain." And that's when everything began to fall apart.
At Tunde, waiting for him to laugh and say he was only joking. But he didn't. Instead, he adjusted his expensive wristwatch and avoided looking into her eyes. "Tunde, what do you mean I shouldn't come with you?" she asked, her voice shaking. He sighed. "Amara, this event is different." "Different how?" "The people I'll be meeting there are top CEOs, politicians, investors, people in high society." Amara frowned. "So, you won't fit in." Those 4 words hit harder than a slap. "I won't fit in?" Tunde nodded slowly. "You don't understand how this world works. Image is everything." Amara looked down at the simple dress she had ironed carefully that morning. The same kind of dress Tunde once called beautiful. The same woman he used to proudly introduce as the love of his life. Now, she suddenly wasn't good enough. She forced a smile. "If it's because of my clothes, I'll borrow something nicer." Tunde shook his head. "It's not just the clothes." She swallowed hard. "Then what is it?" He hesitated before saying the words that would haunt her forever. "You've never really been my spec." The room froze. Amara blinked, unable to believe what she had just heard. "What?" "When we met, I had nothing. I settled because you were there for me. But now, my life has changed." She felt tears gathering in her eyes. "So, after everything we've been through," Tunde interrupted, "people expect someone at my level to have a certain kind of woman beside him." "A certain kind of woman?" "You know, classy, polished, educated abroad, someone who matches my lifestyle." Amara couldn't speak. This was the same man who used to borrow her transport fare, the same man who cried in her arms when his business almost collapsed, The same man she fed when he had nothing. Now he was talking as if she was beneath him. She quietly picked up her handbag. I understand. No, you don't. No, Tunde, I do. She walked toward the door. Just before leaving, she turned back. I never stood by you because of your money. I stood by you because I loved you. Tunde remained silent. She left. Outside, the rain poured heavily. Amara walked through the streets with tears streaming down her face, not caring who saw her. That night, she cried until she had no tears left. Days turned into weeks. Tunde stopped calling. His messages became shorter. Eventually, they stopped completely. Then one afternoon, while scrolling through social media, Amara saw a post that made her hands begin to shake. There was Tunde, standing beside a stunning, glamorous woman in designer clothes. The caption read, "Power couple, perfect match. Congratulations on your engagement." Amara's heart shattered. But as she looked closer at the smiling woman, something about her didn't feel right. There was a secret hidden behind that perfect smile. A secret that was about to change Tunde's life forever. And Amara was about to discover it.
Amara couldn't sleep that night. She sat on her bed, staring at the engagement photo on her phone. The comments kept coming. Perfect couple. They were made for each other. Congratulations. Amara looked at Tunde's smiling face and smiled sadly. If only they knew. She dropped her phone beside her and whispered, "God, I leave everything in your hands." That night, Amara made a decision. She was done crying over a man who had already chosen to forget her. The next morning, Amara woke up with a different mindset. She enrolled in online business classes. She studied marketing. She learned how to package her products better. Every night, while others were sleeping, Amara was working. Sometimes, she packed customer orders until 2 in the morning. She was tired, but she refused to give up. The same energy she once used to build Tunde, she started using it to build herself. Months turned into a year. Slowly, Amara's small fashion business began to grow. One customer became 10, 10 became hundreds. People loved her products. They trusted her brand. Then, one beautiful morning, Amara stood in front of her very own fashion store, Amara Collections. She looked at the sign and smiled with tears in her eyes. She didn't become successful overnight. She simply refused to stop. Meanwhile, Tunde's life looked perfect online. Luxury vacations, expensive cars, designer clothes, and Vanessa. But behind closed doors, things were different. Vanessa wanted a new bag every week, a new vacation, a new piece of jewelry. Whenever Tunde complained, she would smile and say, "You wanted a woman who matched your status, didn't you?" Then, one afternoon, Tunde returned home earlier than expected. The house was silent. "Vanessa?" No answer. He walked into the bedroom. The wardrobe was empty. His jewelry was gone. The cash he kept inside his drawer, gone. Tunde quickly checked their joint account. His hands began to shake. The money was gone too. Vanessa had disappeared. Tunde arrived at Amara's old apartment. He knocked on the door. No answer. Then the elderly landlord saw him. "You're looking for Amara?" Tunde quickly nodded. "Yes, sir. Please, where is she?" The landlord smiled. "Young man, you're too late." Tunde's heart skipped. "What do you mean?" "Amara moved out months ago." "Where did she go?" The landlord laughed softly. "She bought her own house." Tunde froze. The landlord reached into his pocket and handed him a business card. Amara Collections, CEO, Amara Okafor. Tunde stared at the card in disbelief. The woman he once said wasn't his spec had built a life without him. A few days later, Tunde gathered the courage to visit Amara. He walked into a beautiful modern office. Employees moved around professionally. Customers admired clothes displayed around the showroom. Then, Amara walked into the reception. Tunde almost didn't recognize her. She looked confident, elegant, peaceful. Amara looked at him and smiled politely. "Good afternoon. How can I help you?" Tunde's eyes filled with regret. "Amara," his voice broke. "I'm sorry."
Tunde stepped closer. "I made the biggest mistake of my life." Amara remained silent. "I was proud. I allowed money to change me." He looked into her eyes. "Please, forgive me." For a moment, Amara said nothing. Then she smiled. "I forgave you a long time ago, Tunde." Hope immediately returned to his face. But Amara continued. "Forgiveness doesn't always mean a second chance." Tunde froze. Amara looked at him calmly. "While you were searching for your speck," she smiled, "I was becoming the woman I was always meant to be." Then she turned around and walked back into her office without